All right, Dr. Bauer, I'm going to believe we're live right off the first second because we're on a phone. And where are we? What's going on right now?
Well, hey, Bob. Hello. Okay, here we are. So we're actually, first, let's start with honoring what today is. Today is Yom Kippur. Those of the Jewish faith, I believe this is the holiest day
in their calendar.
Yeah, a day of atonement and repentance, and I know there's fasting involved, so just happy Yom Kippur to those who are celebrating today. But because we do not have school today, and staff, 10-month staff are not in, 12-month staff are, but I think they had the opportunity to work from home today, we are going on a leadership workshop trip extravaganza, and we are currently on a bus.
And we're naming today's not podcast, we'll talk about that. Today's Superintendent Live in Motion, named by Dennis Ryan, who's our coordinator of transportation, who is driving us to, hold on.
So we are actually headed to Gettysburg. We're going to learn a little bit of history and about some leadership tactics, communication. But some of the members of Superintendent's cabinet here in North Penn have done this trip before. Oh, see, they're back there. There's all our friends. Everybody say hi. All right, some of your favorite administrators. Dr. Deanna Waters is back there. She may be the most popular person in North Penn, aside from Bob Gilmer.
No way. Deanna beats me all day long. All day long.
We got Dr. McKenna. Who else we have back? Hold it up. We got Mr. Nicholson, I see, Dr. McKenna, Dr. Hart. Dr. Mia Kim has her head buried in her phone because she's working. She never stopped. Dr. Landis and Ms. Christine Liberowski, all here. We're meeting some of our folks out there as well. But looking forward to a day of engagement and learning and hopefully make us a better team. That's the objective here.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting day. Really looking forward to it. We think the rain will probably stop by the time we get there.
We're waterproof if it doesn't.
No problem.
We'll be okay.
No problem. So we usually do this. We talk about the school board meeting we just had on Thursday night. We were talking, there weren't like any major things going on, our normal school business. I think it's too noisy. This is a good question for anybody who wants to give us feedback. How do we sound? That was a question we had on the bus. So if you could tell us how we sound. If it's way too noisy, we'll keep this super short. If it's good, I don't know, you might be on all day with us.
All right, Nikki Heinel is watching.
Nikki, tell us, how do we sound?
Volume.
Yeah, tell us. I don't know how much of a delay there is here.
Yeah, there might be. All right, so
anyway.
At the board meeting, we had typical standard business. We had some assessment appeals, certainly some personnel items, some change orders on construction projects. It was actually pretty standard in terms of board meeting. It was roughly 40 minutes, but we did at the top of the hour when we started the meeting, we kind of veered off of proclamations, which is where we bring in those who win championships or awards, and rather we're going to rotate, we're going to rotate by building in the district and just highlight things that kids are doing, students and staff.
So the web team is at the middle schools. Tell us a little bit about what the web team does every year.
Excuse me. So WEB it's an acronym.
Oh, and hold on. I do want to say this. Christina, thank you. You saw the thumbs up. If you knew it was us, meaning thank you for saying sounds good. Oh, and Kim, thank you so much for...
Oh, now they're pointing, so there's definitely a delay here.
Yeah, a little bit. So thank you.
But anyway,
web team.
WEB is an acronym for Where Everyone Belongs. It's kind of the middle school version of Link Crew, which happens at our high school. And it's really a transition program for students moving from elementary to middle school. It's a peer leadership opportunity where the older students are mentoring the younger students, trying to build friendships, make connections, hence the WEB concept, and Link Crew because you're linking kids together. So we've seen great benefits, and it really builds leadership capacity in our older students, but also in the younger students, and prepares them to help the next group that come up. So really excited about that. They came from Pembroke and presented, and of course we had Mr. Galante. Mr. Galante's filling in there at Pembroke while we wait for a long-term solution. We did announce that Mr. Nick Taylor will be the interim principal until we repost the position come springtime.
Now, there's a whole bunch of things to talk about. We just launched this week something similar to this, but a little bit different. Our new superintendent podcast. It is called
Educating with Ease. E being the letter E, not ease as in easy, because we all know education is anything but easy, especially in 2023. But the E's stand for, let's see if we can get them all here, Bob.
Oh, okay.
We're engaging our community.
Elevating learning.
We're elevating learning. And we are
ensuring success, belong, and
elevating or exceeding expectations.
Yes.
So 4 E's on the spot there.
I didn't have my notes in front of me. I wasn't ready for promoting it, even though we said it. So.
Oh, we're getting some love for the jacket. Go Birds! Thank you. Big game tonight with the rest of the NFC East losing. Hopeful that the Eagles come out with a win this evening. But while we're talking Philadelphia sports, Saturday night we had North Penn night at the Phillies again. It's our second one this season. Roughly 500 tickets sold, just with staff and families. But the middle school combined chorus sang the national anthem, so we sold another 500 tickets through that organization as well. So really great North Penn representation. We walked away with the Phillies win. It was an exciting game. My children came. I also brought my niece and nephew. Really fun night. All day long I was assuming, it's going to be canceled. It's going to be canceled.
So we get to do like interviews now during this. So I'm thinking you take this and you go back and sit next to Mr. Nicholson there and maybe talk to Christine Liberoski, who coordinated this big Phillies event. Put her on the spot.
All right, let's go
back there.
Mrs. Liberoski does not like to be on camera. She's usually the one. All right, so here we go. Ms. Liberoski, tell us a little bit more about the North Penn night at the Phillies.
Well, the best part, obviously, was our students. So there were about 100 or so of our ninth graders singing the national anthem, and they looked very wet, but they sounded awesome, and I want to congratulate all of them and all of their families and parents who came out to cheer them on. But other than that, it was just really fun seeing coworkers and their families. So we don't really ever have a chance to do that, and it really builds a lot of camaraderie, and I want to thank everybody for coming.
Well, I want to thank Christine and her department for organizing. That's a big undertaking, everything from buttons to tailgate opportunities that really didn't happen because the weather was so bad. Surveys and working with the Phillies to make it happen. So certainly engaging our larger community is a goal this year, and just trying to create opportunities to bring people together and more family-like environment. So that was great. All right, who wants to be interviewed next?
I think Deanna Waters.
Deanna Waters. All right, hold on. There's no standing on the bus. Don't tell anyone, okay? I'm breaking rules here. And there is traffic, so all right, Dr. Waters.
Yes, I was just about to put a bagel in my mouth.
Well, I'm glad I got you before the bagel. Okay, there's a question here. Does there seem to be a shortage in principals, or is this search just very selective? Okay, we can address that. We'll go back to Dr. McKenna and talk about principals in a minute. But how are you, Dr. Waters?
I'm doing really well. I'm excited to get to Gettysburg and do some team building.
What's new in your world? Anything?
What's new in my world?
You can go personal or professional. We like to talk about our families. How are your daughters?
You know what? My daughters are doing really well. I have a sophomore in college, and I have my younger daughter just started ninth grade in Souderton.
I cannot believe you are old enough to have a daughter in college.
I know, but I am. But it's been pretty exciting. My younger daughter's cheering, so it's been fun to go to the games, to try to go to a little bit of North Penn and run over to Souderton and be a mom. So just looking forward to the next 4 years of the high school journey.
All right. Well, thank you. Great to hear from Dr. Waters. Let's turn this way to Mr. Pete Nicholson here.
Good morning, everybody.
Mr. Nicholson has some nice North Penn swag on there. I got to compliment that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I think you have one too, don't you?
I have the exact same jacket. May look a little bit better on me. But anyway, Mr. Nicholson, we did have a question about the Pembroke principal process. And why is it that we chose to kind of just go with a new posting and an interim principal for now?
Well, I would say for Pembroke, we're looking for just the right fit. And typically in the spring, that's when the candidate pool is at its deepest and widest. It's the time of year when people start thinking about what will next year look like, looking for new leadership opportunities, looking to maybe make a move over the summer months. So we felt it was best to wait. Super excited for Mr. Nick Taylor to take the reins there and kind of expand his leadership ability. So looking forward to that in the interim, but looking forward to a full process and finding the exact right fit in the spring.
Great. Well, thanks for that update. Anything new with you?
No. I mean, I'm not old enough to have kids in college, so my kids are in 6th and 7th grade. So they're doing really well. My family's great, so thanks for asking.
I think he just called Dr. Waters old.
I think he definitely called me.
Oh, unbelievable.
Not in so many words.
All right, so I do have other friends back here. We have Dr. Mia Kim. As I said, she is always working.
Dr. Kim.
Dr.
Yes.
Kim. Say hi to the North Penn
Good
community.
morning, everyone.
Dr. Kim is the Director of Human Resources, and she never stops. She sends emails at 2 or 3 a.m. Then we have Dr. Hart.
Good morning, everyone.
And Dr. McKenna.
Good morning.
And Dr. McKenna, it might be the most famous alumni from North Penn, aside from John Oates. Right? Really? Because Dr. McKenna seems to know everyone in the North Penn School District. Graduate of 2000?
98.
1998.
Ooh.
Okay.
25 years this year.
What were you doing in '98, Dr. Bauer?
So
Even born?
Yeah. how old
I
were you?
was. So there's a running joke with the cabinet that I always talk about how young I am compared to everyone else. I am much younger than you think I am, despite the gray hair. I attribute most of that to the job. But anyway, we're not going to talk about where I was in 1998. So let's go back to Mr. Gilmer. He's the host of this show, not me. I'm just the featured guest, I guess.
Which means I get to hold the phone now.
Yes.
So, what else we need to talk about? We talked about Phillies. We talked about the new podcast, which you can get on all your favorite platforms, Apple, Google, Amazon. And we actually air it on WNPV on Saturdays at 12 noon. So if you don't feel like finding a podcast and you're in your car or someplace else at 12 noon, 98.5, you can listen to the Educating with Ease podcast, where we always have great guests. And what really brought that up was thinking about, we're going to have some other conversations with some of our principals and some students. And that's really like the purpose of that show, is to really get into the people here and talk about what folks are doing. This current podcast is with Stephanie Hannon. She's our new Inglewood Elementary School principal. Awesome conversation you guys had.
Yeah.
So-
Do we have a second guest finalized yet?
Sure.
Okay. Dan Minna at Walton Farm Elementary. Dan doesn't know it yet.
Yeah,
so
he doesn't.
Dan-
Hey, Dan, you're going to be on the show. It's going to be this week. So be ready for that. And so we do take questions. We're not sure how we're doing that. So through the podcast, you can actually submit questions right there. If you're on like Spotify, you're able to add questions. So we actually encourage you to do that. Anytime you want to send anything to us, you can do NPTV at npen.org. So I don't know if we had any other questions. I wasn't looking at it and see if Christine has any questions there.
So
Anything about-
there is a plug in there that the Marching Knights are performing the national anthem at the Eagles game on Sunday. Yours truly will be in attendance, actually. I have Eagles tickets. I don't go often. However, I am going this Sunday. So really looking forward to seeing North Penn well represented at the Eagles game. We had the mixed chorus at the Phillies game. North Penn's everywhere. We're everywhere, Bob. But
people want us. They want us everywhere. So they were asked and invited to come to do that. So I just found out on Friday. We're really excited for the marching band that they're going to be going to do that. Who are they playing next week?
Washington, the Commanders.
Yeah, it's going to be a win.
Yeah, so if
gonna
the
call
Eagles
it.
win tonight, they'll go into that matchup 3-0. So we're excited. The North Penn Knights football team was lost on Friday night. Tough one. So they're 2-3, looking to get back in the win column. Other fall sports are really performing well. Certainly we have strong water polo programs. We've got tennis going on. We have some soccer teams, cross country, girls volleyball. There's a lot going on. And of course, all of our musicians and performers. I was actually at the high school on Thursday afternoon, and I saw them preparing for the fall play already. So there's just so much happening all across the district. Really proud of everyone for their hard work. Excited to get to Gettysburg here and do some leadership.
Well, I just see, if you look right there, what do we see? Steve Scrocky is watching.
Steve is watching.
So he's there already, apparently.
Yeah, or he's watching Facebook Live. While
I don't think so. He's not that unsafe, so he's there already. I think he's gotten there. But I want to give shout-outs to some of the folks watching here. We got Dave Kratz, Mackenzie, Ginny is watching here. See if I can scroll back. I like to give our shout-outs to Pat, Eric, Roseanne, Brianna. So we appreciate you guys watching here. Ariana, keep going back up. Chrissy, Sheila, shout out to any questions for us as we sit here on our Superintendent Live on the road.
Mr. Scroggy said he is there.
See, I know he is.
Mr. Scroggy, we're sitting in traffic, so can you shout out special education teacher in Pembroke?
I will shout out all special education teachers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love to. But which teacher are we looking to shout out?
Waiting for it. See how quick it comes up here.
Drum roll, there's a delay.
It's going to be a delay. And while we're waiting, let's give a shout out again, because I really appreciate... Oh, I was shooting that way anyway. I was shooting Dennis this whole time.
Yes.
I flipped around. I wanted to give a shout out to Dennis. While coordinator of our transportation department, we're really thankful he's driving today, because it's been rainy. We're on a bus. He's up there doing his thing, being safe, so we really appreciate him driving. And give a shout out to all of our bus drivers and transportation folks doing such a great job.
I love the shout outs to the staff. So I saw the shout out to Colleen Aiken, a special education teacher at Pembroke.
Yep.
Shout out to Mrs. Rita Whalen, principal at Hatfield Elementary. I hear she's the best principal that Hatfield Elementary ever had. Right, Dr. Waters?
Is it the best principal they've ever had?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, Rita.
All right, if you didn't know, Deanna was principal there for a long time.
Long time. She was the principal there when I was in elementary school. Just kidding. Just kidding.
All right, what else is going on this month? We've got a lot of exciting things with all of our activities. Things are really cranking up at the start of the school year. Last time we did this, it was New School Year's Eve is what we called it.
Yes.
And we're fully into it, and there's tons of activities going on every week. I heard something coming up. Somebody shout something out.
We have the North Penn Educational Foundation golf outing at Talamore on October 10th. The theme this year is Oktoberfest or Golftoberfest. I don't know.
I'm just going to drop right here. Dr. Waters was the best.
Was the best. Not
Yeah,
is.
Not
was,
is.
Diane.
Was. All right, Mr. Bashall getting some love here at Gwinnett Square. We got Mads here watching. Thanks, Pat, for the shout out to Mr. Bashall. All right.
I think this is a wrap for Superintendent Live. Please check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. It is called Educating with Ease, with a letter E, not the word ease. Sorry, Diana asked where we're headed. Mrs. Blystone, we're headed to Gettysburg for a leadership workshop. So learn some history, learn about communication, teamwork. So with kind of the cabinet here in North Penn. So really looking forward to it. Good opportunity for us to learn and grow together on a day where we don't have students and staff in the building. So.
Got it. And Liz giving a shout out to every teacher that go above and beyond for the love of our students and parents that support them. We can't agree more. So is the best. Deanna is the best at Penndale. Tosa at Penndale.
Oh, Deanna was a Tosa at Penndale.
She was the best.
Yeah.
Is the best.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're not giving that many shout outs. All right, so let's do our always our North Penn. Woo! I'm going to put the phone up, so you got to get your hands in the air, and then I'll hit finish here. But everybody's excited here, right? Let's go. Yeah, North Penn! All right, take care.